कुछ काम था तो फिर सुबह भी एक आकाश चोपड़ा की जो यूट्यूब चैनल है आप सब जानते होंगे, वहाँ पे एक रिकॉर्डिंग था तो मैंने वो किया. सो फाइनली आई एम हियर, नॉट एट लंच बट आई सेड यार लंच से पहले ही थोड़ा लेट लंच करेंगे आज. कॉफ़ी, बिकॉज यू नो द लाइव स्ट्रीम इज कॉल्ड कॉफ़ी इन क्रिकेट विद मी जेमी ऑल्टर. हाउ इज एवरी वन डूइंग दोस्तों? कहाँ से जुड़े हैं आप लोग? कौन कौन है मेरे साथ? एज ऑलवेज hit that like button before you comment, spread the love. जितना भी आप लोग ये like button ठोकेंगे ना, उतनी इस live वीडियो की reach बढ़ने के chances और ज़्यादा हो जाएंगे. तो please every single one of you, the loyal viewers, the loyal subscribers, the loyal friends जो हर दिन यहाँ पे आते हैं मुझसे जुड़ने के लिए, before asking a comment, hit the like button. Also share the link if you think कि आप जैसे और भी क्रिकेट प्रेमी हैं जो शायद मेरी बातें को सुनना पसंद करेंगे, तो प्लीज़ share the link with them and get them to also subscribe. Yes, so let's start the discussion, दोस्तों, with a sip of coffee as always, with the coffee culture mug from the lovely people at Coffee Culture Bhilwara. Can Ajit Agarkar take tough calls? Will Ajit have authority? Says someone called Live Cricket. Live Cricket. आपका नाम क्या है? नाम भी बताइए सवाल के साथ. Will he have authority? Well, let's hope so. I just believe, और ये मैं पहले भी कह चुका हूँ इस लाइव स्ट्रीम पर जब भी आपके साथ मैं जुड़ा हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि एटलीस्ट किरण मोरे, दिलीप वेंगसारकर, संदीप पाटिल और कृष्णमाचारी श्रीकांत के बाद अब थोड़े दिग्गज, थोड़े क्लियर थिंकिंग, थोड़े शायद बोल्ड कॉल्स लेने वाले सिलेक्टर आ गए हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अजीत अगरकर. आई होप सो. जितना भी मैं उन्हें जानता हूं, हमारी बातें हुई है 2-3 बार, क्योंकि आई एम अ जर्नलिस्ट, सो I've taken his views. And I know enough people in the Mumbai cricket circles who have a lot of good things to say about him. So let's hope कि अजीत अगरकर कुछ tough calls ले पाए. And like you just mentioned, let's hope the BCCI gives him authority. But that said, let's also keep our hopes tempered. Let's not expect too much, क्योंकि जो रास्ता सामने है अजीत अगरकर के, वो बहुत ही कठिन है. Because this is an Indian team going through transition, especially in the test team and the T20I team. T20I team, मैं कब से कह रहा हूँ दोस्तों, T20I team is in dire need of a reset. वहाँ पे आपको परिवर्तन लाना ही पड़ेगा. और टेस्ट टीम का जो ये ट्रांजिशन है वो शुरू हो चुका है with the test match starting in the West Indies in about a week's time from now. Will he have authority? Live cricket? I hope so. And I think given his stature, 190 odd one-day matches, इंडिया के टॉप 5 विकेट टेकर्स में आते हैं ये वन-डे फॉर्मेट की अगर हम बात करें. एंड he's been a selector, he's been around Mumbai cricket, so I think he's got the gravitas and he's got the brain, the mind, जितना भी हम उनसे सुन चुके हैं कमेंट्री में पिछले कुछ सालों में. So I think yes, he will given the landscape right now, given the lack of options, पैसों को लेकर बहुत fight है, because I think a lot of people do not put their name forward for BCCI selectors because of the lack of money. तो लग रहा है कि कुछ तो डील हुई है अगरकर और बीसीसीआई के बीच, which has made him leave. He is rather plush, we must say, commentary and analyst duties to become the chief selector. बहुत मुश्किल काम है. मेरा यह मानना है कि सारे क्रिकेट बोर्ड्स में से, सारे विदेश और जो पूरे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय क्रिकेट टीम्स हैं, सबसे बड़ा टफ सिलेक्शन रोल अजीत अगरकर के पास गया है. बिकॉज to select the Indian team is the toughest, the most scrutinized job. So let's hope that he has the authority. हेलो एपेक्स, वेलकम बैक. क्या हाल चाल? सब बढ़िया? बताइए कहाँ से जुड़े हैं आप लोग? दफ्तर से, घर से, वर्क फ्रॉम होम, ऑफिस, कॉलेज? वेयर आर यू गाइस? लेट मी नो. ऑलवेज नाइस टू नो योर रियल नेम्स एंड ऑलवेज नाइस टू नो कि इस समय जब भी आप जुड़ते हैं मेरे साथ, आप कहाँ से जुड़ रहे हैं. बिकॉज मैं समझता हूँ बहुत लोग बिजी होंगे, बहुत लोग दफ्तर में होंगे, शायद यूट्यूब आप खोल भी नहीं सकते हो ऑफिस में. सो एज लॉन्ग एज you're here with me, do let me know कि आप कहाँ से जुड़े हैं. Welcome back, Nihar. I'm sure you've got a couple tasty questions for me, so please fire away your questions on Ajit Agarkar, on the World Cup Qualifiers. Zimbabwe बाहर हो चुकी है. वही जिम्बाब्वे दोस्तों जो कल तक लग रही थी वो श्रीलंका के साथ वर्ल्ड कप तक जाएगी, वो बाहर हो चुकी है. Now it's between Scotland and Netherlands. Which of them will come? And we also have to talk about the India A team for the emerging Asia Cup, जहाँ पे सरफराज खान एक बार फिर से कोई भी representative Indian squad में नहीं है. Hope domestic performers get justice. बिल्कुल अतुल, I agree. From Odisha, अर्जुन से okay, thank you. Well, you joined from Odisha. कहाँ पे हो अर्जुन? ऑफिस में हो, घर पे हो? What do you do for a living? Please, always like to know more about my loyal subscribers. Well, दोस्तों शुरुआत हमने ऑलरेडी कर ली है अजीत अगरकर और बीसीसीआई के बारे में. Let's move on to the World Cup qualifiers. जिम्बाब्वे में हो रहा है. कुछ ही दिन पहले झटका लगा वेस्ट इंडीज को. पहली बार वेस्ट इंडीज नहीं. We will miss an interesting मैच. चलो शाहनवाज ने कुछ लिख कर ही कमेंट रिट्रैक्ट किया. आई एम श्योर दोबारा एडिट करके शाहनवाज भाई अपना सवाल पेश करेंगे. वेस्ट इंडीज बाहर, एक झटका. पहली बार विश्व वनडे वर्ल्ड कप के इतिहास में नहीं होंगी कोई वेस्ट इंडीज टीम. और अब देखिए जिम्बाब्वे, which were doing very well, which were playing great cricket. Sean Williams, some 300s, Sikandar Raza, Craig Irvine, नगारवा, वेरी वेरी गुड टीम एट दिस लेवल, वो बाहर हो चुकी है. स्कॉटलैंड ने दोस्तों कल उनको हराया है. तो जिम्बाब्वे के सारे फैंस, और कितने लॉयल फैंस, जब भी मैंने ऑनलाइन वहाँ के मैचेस का लिंक खोला तो फैन सबसे पहले मेरी आंखें वहाँ गई. जो भी टीम हो बड़े जोर ज़बरदस्ती सपोर्ट दिया, लेकिन खासकर जिम्बाब्वे को. हार्ट ब्रेकिंग फॉर जिम्बाब्वे once again. This happened 4 years ago at this very stage and it's happened once again. Full marks to Scotland for beating them. और अब देखना है कि स्कॉटलैंड और नेदरलैंड्स, दो एसोसिएट नेशंस, इनमें से कौन सी टीम वनडे वर्ल्ड कप जाएगी. At office Noida lunch time. Well, Vivek, that makes two of us sitting in Noida having lunch break. I'm using my lunch break to talk to you guys. Lovely, Vivek. Thanks for sharing where you are. दो नोएडा वासी आपस में बात कर रहे हैं एक लाइव स्ट्रीम पर. क्या बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात है. वेल दोस्तों, स्कॉटलैंड, पिछली बार जब स्कॉटलैंड वनडे वर्ल्ड कप गई थी 2015, और मैं वहां पे गया था, न्यूजीलैंड में था मैं, और मैंने दो स्कॉटलैंड के मैच कवर किए. मैंने जो प्रेस्टन मॉम्सन, जो उनके कप्तान थे उस समय, काफी बात हुई मेरी उनसे, लेकिन उनके जो कोच थे उस टाइम, ग्रांट ब्रैडबर्न, अभी फिलहाल तो वो पाकिस्तान टीम के साथ वो जुड़े थे. ग्रांट ब्रैडबर्न का मैंने काफी लंबा चौड़ा इंटरव्यू लिया था, और उस समय खबर आई थी कि आईसीसी ऑलरेडी 2015 वर्ल्ड कप के बीच 2019 के लिए वो टीम्स कम कर रही थी. और प्रेस्टन मॉम्सन, जो बहुत ही एक जज्बाती जाबाज मिजाज के इंसान थे, वो ही वाज द कैप्टन ऑफ स्कॉटलैंड बैक देन. ही गिव अ वेरी फोर्थराइट प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस in Dunedin in New Zealand, मैच के पहले, कि this is shocking, this shouldn't be happening. And Kyle Kotzer, I spoke to him. So I spoke to a couple Scotland players, 3 of them, and the coach also. और तब ये कह रहे थे कि भाई हमें बाहर क्यों किया जा रहा है. हम यहाँ पर हक से सारे बॉक्सेस टिक करके, हम सारे प्रोसेस को फॉलो करके, सारे इंपॉर्टेंट मैच जीत कर हम यहाँ वनडे वर्ल्ड कप में आ चुके हैं. और वही प्लेटफॉर्म, वही आईसी कह रहे कि अगले बार आप नहीं होगे. ही वॉज हार्ट ब्रोकन. सो आई एम श्योर इफ स्कॉटलैंड डू क्वालिफाई, ग्रांट ब्रैडबर्न, Kyle Kotzer, Preston Momsen, a lot of these players will feel very very happy. रही बात नेदरलैंड्स की, तो वो भी 2011 के बाद वर्ल्ड कप जा सकते हैं. Let's see between these two associate teams who makes it. मुंबई अंधेरी, क्या बात है. My old haunting ground अंधेरी, शालीमार मौर्या पार्क, अंधेरी लिंक रोड. People are talking about West Indies and Zimbabwe, but Ireland also disappointed. बिल्कुल, Ireland were hopeless. Scotland and Netherlands have been better than Ireland, and Ireland have so much experience. So yes, they'll also not be going to the World Cup. Arjun from Odisha says, feel sad for Zimbabwe. They were really playing good. On the other hand, West Indies didn't live up to expectation. बिल्कुल, वेस्ट इंडीज के बारे में काफी बातें कर चुके हैं हम लोग इस चैनल पर. इनका डिक्लाइन बहुत साल पहले हो चुका है, 20-25 साल पहले, और अब वर्ल्ड कप में नहीं है. छोड़िए उनको. Let's hope they put up a bigger fight against India. Watching from home. Home है कहाँ दोस्त? Home कहाँ है बताइए. Home तो home है, आप home है कहाँ आपका? We'll miss an interesting match between Pak and Zim. Yes, Zimbabwe है ही नहीं. We'll miss Zimbabwe versus Pak. LOL. ये कल भी हुआ था ये बात कि कोई था जो पाकिस्तान जिम्बाब्वे को मिस करता. किसी ने कहा था, was it you Nihar who said that, or was it Chirag who said that Zimbabwe Pakistan LOL would be more important than India Pakistan on October 15th. Yes, very sad for West Indies. I think sadder for me for Zimbabwe, but yeah. What's this Asian Games about? Well, there's two things. There's the Asian Games. After 13 years, the Asian Games will be back. Cricket will be back, the Asian Games, but this is not that. I'm talking about the ACC Emerging Asia Cup. The Emerging Asia Cup is basically an Asia Cup for the B teams, for the India A teams. So the India A squad was announced, and once again, surprise, Sarfaraz Khan's name was not there. I'm going to read out the mail I received from the BCI yesterday. It is titled, ये मैं verbatim पढ़ रहा हूँ, India A squad for ACC यानी कि Asian Cricket Council Men's Emerging Teams Asia Cup. India A are placed in Group B with Nepal, UAE and Pakistan A, while Sri Lanka A, Bangladesh A, Afghanistan A and Oman A form Group A. अगर आप नहीं जानते तो ACC Men's Emerging Asia Cup will be held in Sri Lanka for 10 days 13th of July to 23rd July. ये 8 एशियन टीम्स के बीच होगा और ये वन डे यानी कि 50 ओवर फॉर्मेट में होगा. लेट्स गेट टू द इंडिया ए स्क्वाड स्टार्टिंग विथ साई सुदर्शन. Fantastic list A record, got 100 on Ranji Trophy debut and had a good IPL, 96 in the IPL final. He's there. Abhishek Verma, former under-19 World Cup winner, played for India. He's the vice captain. Nikin Jose, Pradosh Ranjan Paul, Yash Dhul, under-19 World Cup current champion team captain, Delhi player. He's there. He's the captain. Riyan Parag. Nishant Sindhu, he's in really good form in the Duleep Trophy. Prabh Simran Singh, he's the keeper. आप इनका नाम जानते होंगे from the IPL. Got 100 this year. Dhruv Jorel, उत्तर प्रदेश के काफी एक्सपीरियंस बैट्समैन. इस साल राजस्थान रॉयल्स के लिए IPL में उन्होंने काफी अच्छी कैमियोज खेले. वो भी है कीपर मानव सूत्र. युवराज सिंह डोडिया. हर्षित राणा इन फॉर्म. आकाश सिंह, यस आकाश सिंह ऑफ चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स फेम. नीतीश कुमार रेड्डी और अंडर-19 वर्ल्ड कप विनर राजवर्धन हंगर गेकर. द स्टैंड बाय प्लेयर्स और हर्ष दुबे, निहाल वदेरा, स्नेल पटेल और रोहित रेडकर. दिस दोस्तों इज द इंडिया ए स्क्वाड for the ACC men's emerging team to be played from 13th to 23rd July. Whose name is missing once again? Sarfaraz Khan. क्यों सरफराज खान को बार बार किसी भी इंडियन टीम में नहीं चुना जा रहा है? बेंगलुरु, वर्क फ्रॉम होम तेरे जेमी. चलिए बेंगलुरु, I lived there for 4 years. It was very charming back then, not so much now. कभी कभी 2 साल के अंदर मेरा एक वहाँ जाना बनता है. वहाँ की ट्रैफिक शाहनवाज भाई, oh ho, the worst I've come across in India. Otherwise, a very nice place to live, but the infrastructure of Bengaluru, oi, I hope it's gotten better. So yeah, I just read out the India A team for the Emerging Asia Cup, and there's no Sarfaraz Khan. Does it mean Tilak Verma will be selected for T20 ODIs versus West Indies? No, because this is going to be clashing with that series. The T20I squad has been delayed because I think the selectors want to wait and see how things go. I don't think तिलक वर्मा का मौका अभी आएगा, but समय की बात है. क्रिक मेनिया, it's not long before तिलक वर्मा, Sai Sudarshan, and these kind of guys get picked. But maybe not for this team. I don't think इतने wholesale changes होंगे. I think Rinku Singh आएंगे, I think Jaiswal आएंगे. Beyond that, not many wholesale changes yet. That's just my guess. Nihar पूछ रहे, can Yash Dhul emerge at level of Shubman Gill? He's got the talent, but if we compare Shubman Gill at 19 to Yash Dhul at 19, Shubman Gill was doing special things. So let's let Shubman Gill be, and let's hope that Yash Dhul gets a fair deal from the selectors. India A के टीम में आ चुके हैं, अब ये emerging team के captain हैं. Let's hope he does well, but I don't think he'll be a Shubman Gill anytime soon. संदीप कह रहे इंडिया इस साल भी डिसअपॉइंट करेगी वर्ल्ड कप में. शायद आप मेरे स्ट्रीम्स में नहीं जुड़े हैं, मुझे तो बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं लगता है. I'll tell you why. I'll say it again. If you've heard me before, bear with me. India's test team is broken. India's T20I team is broken. India's one-day team is actually doing very, very well. आप लोग जो इतने निराश होते हैं और जिनकी बिल्कुल उम्मीदें नहीं है इस टीम से, मैं दोबारा आपसे ये कहूँगा कि थोड़ा फेथ रखिए. क्यों? वन-डे टीम, ऋषभ पंत नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं. बुमराह शायद आएंगे, कोई बात नहीं. केएल राहुल आएंगे, देखते हैं. श्रेयस अय्यर आएंगे, देखते हैं. इंडिया आर सो गुड एट प्लेइंग वन डेज. पिछले 2015 से लेकर एक ही टीम यहां आकर वनडे सीरीज जीती. इफ दिस वर्ल्ड कप वाज बीइंग प्लेड इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया, साउथ अफ्रीका, इंग्लैंड, आई वुड से हाँ, इस बार इंडियन टीम डिसअपॉइंट करेगी हमें. लेकिन क्योंकि ये घर पे है जहां पे इंडिया को हराना नामुमकिन के बराबर है, एक फैक्टर. दूसरा, द वन डे फॉर्मेट इज सो पुअर राइट नाउ, इट्स सो बैड. ऑस्ट्रेलिया को छोड़ के, कभी कभार इंग्लैंड को छोड़ के, एशिया के अंदर, इंडिया के अंदर टक्कर देने वाली टीम्स नहीं है. तो इवन इफ बुमराह डजंट कम, इवन इफ केएल राहुल डजंट कम, आई बिलीव, ये सिर्फ मेरा मानना है कि वनडे फॉर्मेट खासकर इंडिया में इतना आसान है कि रोहित शर्मा की टीम एक आंख बंद कर वर्ल्ड कप सेमीफाइनल्स पहुंच रही है. What's the update of KL? Well, the update is that he's slogging his rear end off at the NCA. I don't think he's going to come back as a keeper, because if you've missed 4 to 5 months of international cricket, there is no way in hell, Vivek, they're going to make you the keeper. If Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma make that mistake, हाँ, तब आप कह सकते हो कि भाई वर्ल्ड कप भूल जाओ. KL Rahul is not a specialist keeper, but bigger than that, वो 5 महीने से वो बाहर रह चुके हैं. 5 महीने हो जाएंगे जब तक वर्ल्ड कप शुरू होगा अंतरराष्ट्रीय क्रिकेट से. He might, if he ticks all the boxes, and knowing the faith that especially Rahul Dravid has in KL Rahul, it's possible, Vivek, that KL Rahul as a batsman वापस आए वर्ल्ड कप के लिए, एशिया कप में. But I don't think he'll come back as a keeper. The keeper will be Sanju Samson. Shouldn't Shikhar Dhawan be kept in the reserves? No, not at all. Not at all. I'll tell you why. He'll be 39 when the World Cup starts. And if you look at his strike rate, Ashutosh, Shikhar Dhawan's strike rate last year was 74. That is unacceptable in 2023. Yes, he's Mr. ICC. इनका रिकॉर्ड बहुत अच्छा है. There's nothing to say that Shikhar Dhawan, जो कि बहुत फिट हैं, वो एक घरेलू वर्ल्ड कप में स्कोर नहीं कर पाएंगे. लेकिन 74 के स्ट्राइक रेट से इसी कारण उनको पिछले साल दिसंबर में ड्रॉप किया गया था. इनके पास रन्स थे, but barring one series, those runs came against weaker teams, Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka. But that strike rate of 74, that's why Shikhar Dhawan was dropped. Your top 3 in a World Cup cannot be 35-year-old semi-fit Rohit Sharma, 39-year-old 74 के स्ट्राइक रेट वाले शिखर धवन और विराट कोहली जिनका फॉर्म ऊपर नीचे रहता है. You need to break those 3 senior players with one young fast scoring striker, and that is Shubman Gill, who last year scored his runs at over 100 strike rate. This year he's got 300s, well over 100 strike rate. He's got a double 100. You need that one young player, and because Rohit Sharma is the captain, he cannot be dropped. That's why the team said, you know what? We cannot have a 39-year-old batting at a strike rate of 74 in 1 days in a World Cup. That's why Shikhar Dhawan was dropped. No disrespect, I don't think Shikhar Dhawan should be anywhere near India's one-day team. Yes, it's very sad, Shahnawaz Bhai, about Sarfaraz Khan. Who knows? Is it attitude? Is it fitness? Who knows? Nothing is really known. Miss Zim versus Pak match. The next World Cup in South Africa will have 14 teams. I'm not sure, Atul. I'll have to check. Crickmania is very disappointed to see Zimbabwe out of World Cup. Yeah, I talked about that on the show already. Very, very sad. Sadder for me than West Indies going out, because Zimbabwe played much better cricket in the qualifiers than West Indies did. And they look so good. But, yeah. Lefty in ICT. ईशान किशन होंगे आपके पास. आपके पास जडेजा होंगे. आपके पास अक्षर पटेल होंगे. और हो सके आपके पास वॉशिंगटन सुंदरो. उसके आगे यू डोंट नीड जायसवाल राइट नाउ. रोहित शर्मा, शुभमन गिल योर ओपनर्स. Virat at 3, Shreyas Iyer at 4. If not him, Sanju Samson at 4. Hardik Pandya at 5 or 6. Maybe KL Rahul, Sky at 5, 6. Then you got all-rounders in Akshar Patel, in Jadeja, in Shardul. You got fast bowlers. So I think lefty-righty combo is overrated. खासकर वनडे में. अब जब तक कोई ताबड़तोड़ लेफ्टी है ही नहीं जो सिलेक्शन डोर तोड़ के अंदर आ रहा है, क्यों खिलाए किसी लेफ्टी को? ईशान किशन है ना, जडेजा है, अक्षर है, ठीक है. Yes, Sompal Singh, that was my reply to your question. बताइए, any more questions? Akash Panchal is back. Yes, sad to see Zimbabwe. I talked about the crowd support already on this live stream before you joined, Akash. Whenever I put on Hotstar to watch or to stream the matches anywhere, it was outstanding to see the Zimbabwe fans there. Brilliant. Ashutosh फिर से off topic गए as usual, but he's a very enthusiastic commentator. Ashutosh, stick to the topic, यार. Topic is Agarkar, BCCI selection chairman. Does he have the spine to take tough calls? Scotland or Netherlands for the World Cup, and India emerging team. अब कहाँ पे Robinson तक गए भैया? Maybe he's fit, maybe he's not fit. I don't know, man. I've not watched him enough to comment on him. Let's talk about the topic, yeah. Is there any chance Ashwin playing in World Cup? Harshal, I really hope not. I mean, Ashwin का मैं बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ. लेकिन I'll say it again. If any Indian cricketer, irrespective of what their status is, इनके आंकड़े, इनके रिकॉर्ड्स क्या हैं, अगर वो पिछले 1.5 साल से इस वनडे टीम के आसपास नजर नहीं आए, तो भला आप क्यों चाहते हो कि वो टीम में आए? Do you want to see a Vijay Shankar mistake made again? Let India's World Cup squad be made up entirely of players जो पिछले 8-10 महीने से वनडे क्रिकेट खेलते आए हैं. अश्विन ने भले जो भी किया हो आईपीएल में, 1.5 साल से ज्यादा हो चुके हैं उनको वनडे टीम में चांस दिए हुए. Why would you want to see him now? Do not bring in players who are not regular. It's a recipe for disaster. Who will be pacers for World Cup in playing 11? Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Shardul Thakur और हार्दिक पांड्या. और आपके पास स्पिन बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर्स होंगे अक्षर पटेल और जडेजा. Who will be your third fast bowler? I'll name you 5 fast bowlers. You're going to have Mohammad Shami, you're going to have Mohammad Siraj. I'm not counting Bumrah yet because we don't know where he is. In a perfect world, of course I'd have Bumrah, but फिलहाल Bumrah को बाहर करते हैं. You're going to have Shami, you're going to have Siraj, you're going to have Shardul, you're going to have Hardik Pandya, and you're going to have probably Umran Malik. You're going to have 5 very capable one-day bowlers, fast bowlers. Future of Mohit Sharma? नहीं यार, 35 के हो चुके हैं. I know he finished as the second or third highest wicket taker, but it would just be a fairy tale story. Mohit Sharma IPL में खेलना और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय क्रिकेट खेलना फर्क है. I don't think Mohit Sharma at 35 will come back. Ajit Agarkar will bring Mumbai players in. Well, I don't mind as long as he brings the good players in. Can he bring in Sarfaraz? Let's hope. As long as he gets rid of the non-performers, and some of these non-performers are from the Mumbai team. So let's see what happens. Shahnawaz keh rahe, the quantity of cricket has increased and has become boring. Your opinion, international T20 leagues. We should have limited and quality cricket. Yes, we should, but unfortunately right now the market, Shahnawaz, is driven by T20 leagues. We have 3 leagues coming up this year. 2 हो चुके हैं. American cricket भी शुरू होने वाला है वहाँ पे. League जो है, that day might not be far when players say, you know what, हम ज़्यादा leagues खेलेंगे. And you might see, I'm not joking, I'm actually serious. वो दिन शायद इतना दूर नहीं है जब अंतर्राष्ट्रीय क्रिकेट का एक विंडो बनेगा. Will Shardul be third pacer? No, he'll be one of 5 pacers. Shardul Thakur will play as the third pacer in any random match if the conditions suit him and if Jasprit Bumrah is not around. अगर बुमराह नहीं है तो आपके दोनों टॉप फास्ट बॉलर्स होंगे शामी, सिराज. आपका थर्ड बॉलर जो आपको 5 या 6 ओवर देंगे सिर्फ, वो हार्दिक पांड्या है. आपको 2 स्पिनर्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी. आपके थर्ड पेसर जहां कंडीशंस रिक्वायर होते हैं वहां पे आपके शार्दुल ठाकुर आएंगे. Scotland or Netherlands? I think Scotland. Isn't Agarkar technically a junior player to Dravid? Absolutely, but so was MSK Prasad, so was Shiv Sundar Das. Anyone who's been a selector after 2012 has been Dravid junior. So इसमें कुछ नहीं है. Again, like I said at the start of this stream, I guess you were late, Ashutosh. If you compare him to the past 3 selection committees, which have been very, very weak, almost faltu, he still brings a certain level of expertise, of status, and of knowledge. Right? MSK Prasad, unfortunately, was not of that stature. SS Das was not of that stature. Ajit Agarkar has been around the circle long enough to at least inspire hope. If the BCCI gives him authority, I think he will take the calls. And I have a gut feeling that he's been appointed not like any other political pawn, not like any puppet. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, I don't know. I think Ajit Agarkar has been brought in because when you see after MSK Prasad, after SS Das, after Chetan Sharma, you suddenly get someone like Agarkar who's more media savvy, who's more visible, and if you hear his commentary, he's rather outspoken. So these factors, Ashutosh, lead me to believe he might not bring wholesale changes. He might indeed struggle with all these players, but he's better than the last 3 selectors in taking these tough calls. So let's see. Also, what about Yash Dul as captain? Abhishek already discussed this, so I'm not going to go back there again. Is Bhuvi's India playing career over? Oh yes, long back. He stopped playing tests years ago. It's been 5.5 years since his last first class match. वनडे से टीम तो काफी साल पहले इनसे आगे बढ़ चुकी है और T20 में अभी आई थिंक द लास्ट कपल सीरीज प्रूव दैट ही इज नॉट देयर. आदि भट्टाचार्य इज हियर. क्या बात है. तालियां. Knowing that Agarkar was a fast bowler himself, do you think giving him Umran Malik a longer run? Definitely, I think Agarkar will be preferential to fast bowlers. There's time to build for. Bilkul, I really hope that Agarkar starts building that team. Like I said many times, Adi, on this show, India's T20 team is broken. It's in dire need of a reset. Next year, T20 World Cup West Indies जहाँ पे हो जून जुलाई के महीने में, उसकी प्लानिंग इस महीने से शुरू होगी जब वो 5 T20Is वेस्ट इंडीज में वो टीम सेलेक्ट होगी. और आई थिंक Agarkar being a fast bowler will also get him. Umran Malik has blown hot coal, but that's what fast bowlers. He's the fastest bowler in India. इतने rare skill है उनके पास. थोड़ा चलने दो. I hope he gets backed. Kuldeep Yadav will be India's number one spinner at the World Cup. I have no doubt. But he might not play every game in certain conditions where the ball is perhaps not going to spin. See, India will pick Kuldeep, but Kuldeep cannot bat. They want spinners who can bat. That's why I think Jadeja, Washington, they'll probably get picked. If the conditions require one specialist bowler, then hands down is Kuldeep Yadav. Can Agarkar play a major role in revival of Prithvi Shaw's cricketing career? No, I'll tell you why. Because the answer to that is only with Prithvi Shaw. Prithvi Shaw, itni baar Mumbai ke selectors, Jatin Paranjpe, former West Zone selector, former BCCI selector, 2019 में जब पृथ्वी शॉ को ऑस्ट्रेलिया से वापस भेजा गया था for his attitude, Jatin Paranjpe was part of, and he told me this, I know him very well. The Mumbai Cricket Association put up a panel, a group to work with Prithvi Shaw to get him back on track. उसके बावजूद बंदा अपना फिटनेस ठीक नहीं कर पाया, अपना स्ट्रोक सिलेक्शन ठीक नहीं कर पाया, बहुत ही एवरेज टीम्स के सामने रन्स बनाकर वो कुछ हद तक वापस आ चुके हैं. It is not about any Agarkar, any West Zone, any Mumbai player. पृथ्वी शॉ का वापस आना सिर्फ और सिर्फ पृथ्वी शॉ पे है. He needs to score runs not against Manipur, Assam, not against Jharkhand. He needs to score runs against Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Karnataka, Bengal, Madhya Pradesh. Score runs against better teams. Be consistent. Lose some weight and then come back. Fix your attitude. In that sense, the answer is only with Prithvi Shaw. संदीप कह रहे मीडिया में रहने वाले क्रिकेटर्स को बीसीसीआई जॉब नहीं देना चाहिए, वो आके सिर्फ बेड़ा गर्क करते. एग्जाम्पल चेतन शर्मा एंड सौरव गांगुली. सौरव गांगुली कभी सिलेक्टर तो नहीं थे, तो लेट्स डिस्कार्ड हिम. देखो चेतन शर्मा तो वो बस एक, मेरे हिसाब से वो एक पॉलिटिकल अपॉइंटमेंट थे, नहीं चले, और जो इनका बाहर जाने का रास्ता हुआ वो खुद उन्होंने अपने पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारा. For T20 World Cup, India needs 2-3 all-rounders. India needs more, my friend. They need much more. Good week for people named Ajit from Maharashtra. Good point. Also, will they rectify their mistake of not keeping Kuldeep in the test squad? He'll be in the test squad for home matches, but overseas to unka khelna baki hai. Because like I said, somehow the selectors and the team, they like spin bowlers who can bat. It's really hot. Put the AC down a bit, sorry. 24 पे था, बेटे ने किया होगा. So yeah, I've said it and I've written about it. Kuldeep Yadav got a terribly raw deal. Ashutosh in Bangladesh. He has to play more, but he's our number one ODI spinner. Will Mayank Agarwal become next Wasim Jafar? I don't get the comparison. I think Jafar had a far more illustrious career than Mayank Agarwal. Mayank Agarwal ने तकरीबन 950 रन मारे last year. रांची में. बट देखो जब तक आपके ओपनर शुभमन गिल हैं, रोहित शर्मा है, तो थोड़ा इनके लिए मुश्किल होगा. बट ही हैज गॉट सम इयर्स ऑन हिम. हु नोज. अभिषेक कह रहे हैं, आई जस्ट ग्लैड आई वोंट हैव लिसन टू अगरकर्स बनाल कमेंट्री विद जीरो इनसाइट्स. I've actually heard him, he's gotten much better. I've actually heard him say a couple times, I'm like, hang on, did Agarkar just say that? What? He's actually sharing some views, so he's gotten better. What will be average projected score in World Cup? 325. Hardik, Jadeja, Sundar and Thakur will be a deadly lower order. Bilkul. And in case Sundar is not picked, Akshay Patel bhi inse kam nahi hai. Akshay Patel and Washington Sundar are two fantastic white ball cricketers. But again, you also do need Kuldeep in there. So, but yes, Hardik is your finisher, Jadeja is your finisher, Sundar and Shardul can do a very good job. I think Shardul will be there, especially if Bumrah doesn't get there. I know he doesn't have pace. I know he's often ridiculed on social media, but भाड़ में जाए social media, बंदा विकेट टेकर है. शार्दुल को जरूर होना चाहिए इंडिया के वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड में दोस्तों. KL Rahul can make a comeback in T20s. I hope not. I really hope. KL Rahul को T20I टीम के आसपास नहीं देखना चाहिए. नहीं. Let him play in the IPL. He is done as a T20 cricketer in my book. नहीं. Please suggest another captain for T20s. Shreyas Iyer. Once Shreyas Iyer comes back in full fitness, he will be India's one-day captain for some time. And after Hardik Pandya, look, India's next T20I captain is Hardik Pandya. We all know it. It's just a matter of being announced. Rohit Sharma's played his last T20I for India. I think Hardik Pandya is India's next T20I captain, at least until the end of next year's World Cup in the West Indies. Uske baad, if his fitness dips or his form dips, whatever reason is, Shreyas Iyer is your banaya white ball captain. Shubman Gill भी उनके बाद आएंगे. So I really have no problem with India's captaincy. Options हैं, but Rohit Sharma needs to go soon. Yep. चलिए, any more questions? Otherwise I'm gonna wrap this. I'm gonna have lunch. यार 2:30 बजने वाले, मैंने लंच नहीं किया, मैं बाहर गया था, मुझे कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स नोटराइज करने थे. बड़ी गर्मी थी यार आज दोपहर को, अभी भी है वैसे. So if there are no more questions, I'll wrap up the stream quickly. Arjun from Odisha कह रहे हैं, one blunder that most selectors didn't pass, they pick openers for every spot. Yeah, many scapegoat openers ना, openers बिल्कुल. अभी भी 4 openers हैं हमारे टेस्ट टीम में. Again Arjun, I'll say it before, keep your expectations tempered. Do not expect a revolution. Do not expect wholesale changes by the Ajit Agarkar led selection committee. But yes, expect a couple tough calls to be taken. Noel D'Souza, my good friend Noel D'Souza, good to see you too, buddy. कैसे हो भाई? आप तो जरूर दफ्तर से जुड़े हैं. Noel D'Souza, guys, do check out Noel D'Souza. Whatever he comments next, this guy has been a very good cricket journalist. अभी थोड़े जर्नलिस्ट से हटके और कुछ काम कर रहे हैं क्रिकेट से जुड़ा. Good to see you, Noel D'Souza. How are things? Is new interview for Ashes coming? You mean podcast? Yes. I recorded the Ashes podcast with my Australian colleague Liam and my British colleague Dom yesterday. Both of them work for the Sporting News, the Sporting News Australia and the Sporting News UK. That interview should be up tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. Abhi editing team ke paas gayi wo video. What happened to those wonderful discussions on that Rolly books? Abhishek, remember those? Those were just 2 of them. Rolly books. That was purely a pandemic, a lockdown one funda. I've gone post that, but those Rolly books, ROLI Rolly books, that was just a couple times, 3 times I think during the pandemic. But thanks for remembering those. जितने chances KL राहुल को मिले हैं उतने किसी और player को भी नहीं मिलेगा in the future. बहुत chances मिले ना उनको, बिल्कुल. Do you think there's something uncool between Samson and Pandya? Akash Panchal asks. I mean, something with Austin versus. I don't know. I haven't heard or seen something like that. But definitely, Samson's chances have come when Pandya has been the captain. So I think perhaps you're looking a bit too much into it. Just my gut feeling. North Zone should not be ignored. They need a new selector from the area. So will Ankola have to resign? Ankola is West Zone selector. North Zone selector is Chetan Sharma. He was appointed last week. Ankola is West Zone selector, not North Zone. The current North Zone selector, I believe, is Chetan Sharma, Ashutosh. Yes, all the new selectors are being changed. The BCCI on July 7th onwards, when they have their Apex Council meeting, will be finding a new selection committee. So, Sridharan Sharath, Subroto Banerjee, Salil Ankola, and the 4th name I'm forgetting. These 4 selectors post July 2nd week will be gone. How do they fill the number 3 spot in tests? I think Jaiswal has proven in his first class career that he can graft. When he was pulled up by Rahane, he replied by batting a whole day and said, "Dekho, aapko mil gaya jo aapko chahiye." So I think someone like Jaiswal could bat at number 3. I think Shubman Gill on his day can graft a lot. Yes, by grafting, you're not going to see the Cheteshwar Pujara type grafters, because that style of batting, I think, barring Craig Brathwaite, the West Indies captain, that style is predominantly all but finished. Yes, you do need grafters, but I think someone like a Gill, even a Rituraj Gaikwad, if given a chance in tests, he can graft. One of India's forgotten men at the age of 29, shockingly, is Hanuma Vihari. Hanuma Vihari grafted a lot in his career. Perhaps that grafting was what saw him leave the team, He wasn't flashy, he wasn't a stroke maker, but he grafted in the West Indies, he grafted in Australia twice. In his last test match, doston, he was dealing with pain, severe pain, Ashwin back pain. Hanuma Vihari was hamstrung. Hanuma Vihari grafted while hamstrung, in desperate pain, in immense pain, jo aap aur main nahi samajh sakte hain. And he helped India draw a test match. So I would want to see Hanuma Vihari get a chance at number 3. But for that, he's just made a comeback. He's got to play the Duleep Trophy. He's got to play the Ranji Trophy. If he gets to 600, 700 runs, I have no doubt that Hanuma Vihari, because he's only 29, he could come back and be that grafter for some years. Well, दोस्तों, अगर आपके पास कोई और सवाल नहीं है तो बंदे को इजाजत दीजिए, निकलने के लिए लंच करता हूँ. 35 मिनट हो चुके हैं. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for all for your comments, especially those of you who gave your real name. Andrew also mentioned where you're joining from. Noel D'Souza, good to see you on the stream. Come back, buddy. Say hi often if you get the notification. Take care. Love you all. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Khayal rakhein. Jai Hind.